Hey guys, and welcome back to Studio Insider, the show that gives you an inside look on how I make music. Now before we get started today, I wanted to quickly announce that I've been working on a cover, Old Sunrise by Stick Figure, since about July of last year, and I'm also currently in the process of filming a music video for that as well. I think it's coming along really great. I'm really excited about how it's turning out, and I can't wait to share it with you all when it's ready and finished. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully it should be releasing within the next month or so. I wish I could give a better date, but to be realistic, I have no idea when it's going to be done, but hopefully soon, so keep a lookout for that. Speaking of covers, today we're actually going to start a new one. It's one I've been wanting to do for a while, and usually I do covers when I'm sort of lacking inspiration for my own stuff. It still gives me a way to create music and still explore and push myself to be creative and, you know, learn things and figure stuff out with music, while also not having to necessarily create anything new. Now personally, I really like doing covers because it gives me an excuse to explore different methods of making music or trying things in a new way I would never have really thought to have normally. And ultimately, it just lets me create music even when I'm feeling musically uninspired for my own things, or I just kind of run out of things to do. I can still work on music by making a cover of a song that already exists. Now the cover I wanted to do is In This Love by Stick Figure. I'm kind of a huge fan of Stick Figure, if you haven't picked that up by now. And I've wanted to do this one for a while. I think I've actually had a project ready to go to start. I just haven't started it yet. But before we do that, we gotta check off my homework from last week. My homework from last week was to write one verse, maybe a chorus, of the song that I have a backing track for already. And yeah, I did the homework. I have my music book here that I started writing in. I heard from someone that writing it down is a little bit easier to deal with. So I have written an entire verse, essentially. So I would like to do a little bit of a presentation for the class here on what I have. Fair warning, this is a rap, kind of. I can't rap for shit, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try even harder when I actually record it at some point. I take a walk through the land of the trees. My shadow's long, but it's following me. I feel the earth through the soles of my feet. What's going around is coming around and letting me breathe. My soul is rooted to the great outdoors. I like to think that what's mine is yours. We got earth, we got wind, we got fire and ice. Put it all together, we got something nice. This world belongs to everyone. The sun shines down for all to see. This world belongs to everyone. The sun shines down for you and me. I don't know what that face was. Anyway, yeah, so homework is completed. So I feel like I have to apologize. Sorry that you heard that. It will be much better in the final mix, I promise. I'll actually learn how to do this better. Anyway, moving on to the actual assignment of today. Alright, we're here at my desk, and normally with that song project, obviously we start in FL Studio, but for covers, I actually start on this website called vocalremover.org, and it is a free AI tool that can take any song and split it into its stems, or in other words, its individual parts, like the drums, or the vocals, or the bass. And this is free to use, however, you are limited to about 1 or 2 songs per day, I believe. But if you support the creator on Patreon, I'll put all the links to all this below. As little as $1 a month, you can have unlimited songs, and it's a really, really nice tool that I use all the time for all sorts of music projects, stuff like that. So I'm starting here. They've got a couple different models. Default, we'll split it into music, vocal, bass, and drums. They have a beta here. I'm not really sure what that does, to be honest, but I'm going to be using with guitar. And you just browse files here. So Stick Figure, In This Love. Open that up, and it's going to do its thing. Give it just a few minutes. And once it's finished loading, it just automatically loads up all the separate parts here. You can hit play. cut out the music, and have just the bass and drums and guitar once they kick in here. Just like magic, essentially. We've got all the separate parts. And have just the drums. Maybe with the other music. Bring the vocal in. Anyway, so go here to save, and you can save all the different parts separately, or mix as a stem file. But I have gone ahead and done all of that already. So I've got all the files here individually. And having all these separate parts really helps for covers, as you can imagine, because I can say, okay, so I need to cover the guitar. Okay, what does the guitar sound like? And there you go. It's not perfect. You can hear kind of the piano going in the background too, but it's like pretty much just the guitar part. Or if you needed the bass, for example, you're not going to be able to hear this part without headphones. So if you're not wearing headphones, you should probably put some on. It'd sound much better, I promise. Or the drums. You know, whatever part I need to focus on. So in that case, what am I going to start with? I think first and foremost, the easiest place to start is to first figure out what the chords are on guitar. So I think we'll start there. Alright, so I got my guitar with me, and I looked up on Google the chords for the song. It says B flat, F minor, A minor, and E minor. I don't know what the hell that means, but I figured out that if I put a capo on the first fret, it literally just becomes A, E minor, G, and then D. And those are chords that I actually know. So there you have it. Alright, so I've gone ahead and recorded a couple of parts here. Now, one of the things I wanted to show is this happens a lot in reggae, where you have the guitar part and the bass part playing the same thing, essentially. So I got this bass here, which is actually just my guitar. And the way I turn it into a bass is just turn the pitch all the way down. That takes it down an octave. Again, you're going to want headphones if you're listening to this part. Then we got the guitar part on top of that, and the muted guitar. Playing them together gives that nice, thick, you know, heavy bass line sound. If we bring the drums back in, just to listen to what that sounds like. Now, I haven't added any effects to these guitars or anything like that. Usually what I'll do for that, here, let me bring both these down out of these tracks here. And brand new, let's see, we got bass on line 8 and acoustic guitar on line 2. So we'll put those accordingly. And then for this guitar part here, we'll single that out. Also turn off the drums as well. Now this already has this applied. It's called a sound goodizer. It's just an effect that, well, makes it sound good. You know, here's without. here's with. It just creates more of a spatial, sort of fuller sound, I guess you could say. And the bass doesn't have anything in here, so let's go ahead and mess with that a little bit. Usually my favorite thing to do is add this EQ. Kind of boost the bass levels a little bit, maybe even a little bit of the highest end. And then playing them together, we get this. Add the drums back in. Now it's starting to sound like something. And of course, the next thing to bring in would be this guitar part here, which actually starts, I believe, right here. That's where that starts. So bring that in, line that up a little bit better, and then we get this. Now, of course, everything is not quite tied up exactly. You know, we'll worry about more of the details sort of more on my own time. But electric guitar here. We can also add a sound goodizer if we want to. Another thing I like to add for this specifically, I'll do some more EQ on this. More of the high end and some of the lower to mids maybe. Because then if we go ahead and also add a chorus to this, I usually like to do fat clean. And another thing I like to do, well, because this specifically, we're looking for sort of a reverby sound, you know? Get a lot of those high-end echoes in there. We'll need to go through and clean this out. There's a bit of stuff I messed up on. I'll chop it up, find some of the best regions to use, put them all together into one solid thing. But for now, all the parts are recorded: electric guitar, the bass, and the acoustic guitar all together with the drums for some backing sounds like this. So yeah, it's very rough. Obviously, this is nowhere near final, but you can kind of see how it starts to piece together and become something. Obviously, now the one last thing I wanted to do today, just to get started on this cover, is this first piano bit here, which should be relatively simple. I just got my keyboard here, and I just need to find a good piano sound that I like. So go to the keyboards here. And let's see, pianos. We'll just start with this for now. I can always change it up later. But the notes. Pretty simple melodies, so we'll just create an intro a pattern for this. Call it intro piano. I could even call it something like piano lead or something like that, but it's okay. We'll just name it this for now, and I think it's 4 bars. Yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll actually start in the second bar so it doesn't cut off the front end. So we'll start there, and yeah, Yeah, turn on some metronome as well. Alright, so hit record and do that really quick. And that's it. We come in here, we can just quickly quantize everything, make it nice and lined up. Now you got this. I'm going to stretch these out a little bit more. Just to give that a little bit more of a held out sound, you know. I think that's good. Now, to be fair, I do know, I think, this is not just a piano, there's something else on top of this. If we give this a listen here. There's like some sort of chimey, almost like a vibraphone type sound. So I wonder if we combine this with a vibraphone, what that would sound like. So let's copy all of this over onto the second instrument, which is exactly the same because I just cloned it. But we're going to change this one. I think I actually have a vibraphone in my favorites. Yep, here we go. And that sounds like this, the vibraphone. I wonder if we can give it some like reverb and stuff like that in here. Give it a little bit of some delay here. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere. So combine this with the piano and this is what we got. I think I'm going to turn that delay down just a little bit. Sweet. So now we have this that we can clone a couple of times. Let's bring back drums and the other parts that we have recorded. And this is what we've got. Very, very basic intro to this cover. I can't help myself sometimes. It's a great song. Yeah. So I think that'll do it for today. I'm feeling really happy about this progress. I can definitely tweak things, add more stuff, and yeah, so we're looking good. Alright, so I think that'll just about do it for today. I'm feeling pretty happy about it. I know it's not a whole lot, but these things definitely take a lot of time. I think, like I said, this old Sunrise cover that I've been working on, it's been going on for almost a year, but I'm really happy with where it's sounding so far. And I think for this week's homework, I'm going to keep it really simple for myself. I'm just going to say for this week's homework, work on this. That's it. I don't want any sort of expectations. I don't want to put too much on the line here. I'm feeling very open about this. I just want to keep it as simple as just do some work on it. Make some progress, and we'll come back next week and we'll see what we've got. So that'll be just about it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. We'll be uploading new videos every Thursday, this series, as well as other videos as they come out, music videos, new songs, and things like that. So yeah, if you're into reggae, into music, or just into the studio process of how to do stuff, then yeah, stick around, subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll answer them in the next video. Thanks again for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Take care. My shadow's long, but it's following me. I feel the earth through the sides, soles. I can't read my own handwriting. Let's try that.
I struggle with that too.
B flat, F minor, A minor, or no. It says B. Why are you recording? Stop it!